Welcome back to another edition of Fitness Fridays. I'm Aaron Parsegian, and I'm here with Tracy Granata from the Bay Athletic Club. Tracy's here to show us 3 strength training exercises to use the best form and to get the best out of them. So what exactly are we going to be doing today, Tracy?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. So today we're going to really talk about 3 basic strength training movements to help you maximize the effectiveness of these movements in any general fitness routine. I think so many of us are maybe scared because we're afraid that we're going to hurt our knees or hurt our shoulders or hurt something when we do these strength training movements. So by practicing them and learning proper form and technique and the best way to do them is going to help eliminate, I think, that fear factor.
Awesome, so let's get to it.
All right, so our first movement, Aaron, is going to be a basic squat, all right? So I just want you to demonstrate for me your basic squat, how you would do it right now if you were in the gym. What would a squat look like for you?
Probably something like this.
Okay, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, really good. So the key movement here, Aaron, when you're doing a squat is you want your feet, shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. Then with that, I want you to imagine that you have just a wall in front of you and kind of a wall behind you that you're going to glide your back down, and you're going to drive your weight through your hips and the heels of your feet, keeping that chest tall. So when you sink down, think knees over heels, knees over ankles, sink down like you're sitting down in a chair. Perfect. And then stand right up. So a lot of it you're going to feel through the core on the way up, but you're also going to strengthen that lower half and take all that pressure off your knees. So if you're doing a squat the right way, it's a lot of pressure just off that knee by driving the knees through the ankles and keeping hips over the knees. So let's just practice a couple with good form and technique. Keeping those knees over the ankles, we go down. Good, Aaron, and up. And go one more. Down, and then when you get to the top, I want you to fire through your glutes and squeeze your bottom. Stand up and squeeze that bottom. Perfect. Perfect squat right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next is the lunge. So I want you to show me what your basic lunge might look like. Okay, and stand up, and now actually step it backwards. Take a lunge back. Your form is great without any practice. All right, so let's teach our viewers how to do a perfect lunge. So I want you to start with your feet on railroad tracks. So they're about the distance of your hips, imagining your feet are placed on those railroad tracks. Then from here, let's take our left foot back, and you're going to take a long step backwards, imagining that you have about 3 feet between your back toe and your front heel. So my feet are still on those railroad tracks. They're nice and wide. We're not on that balance beam where we're going to be tending to throw off balance. All right, they're nice and wide stance, long stance. Then from here, that front knee again, to protect that knee pain, you're going to drive straight down through the heel of that front foot, keeping chest tall, and you're just going to go straight down. Straight down, good, and then straight back up. So it's not a rocking horse movement. We're not going to rock forward and back. Think just straight down and straight back up.
So where should I emphasize my weight on? Is that the front foot?
Yeah, so the weight should be emphasized actually straight down through the middle of your stance, and then the weight is driving through that back toe and that front heel. So if you just go straight down, you'll feel equal weight between that front foot and that back foot, straight down through the middle and coming back up.
Awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
Feel it all over in that lower half, right?
Like, especially in the core too, you get a lot of that area.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just takes, when you're doing lunges right, you take all that pressure off that knee, where I think a lot of us say we can't do lunges because our knees hurt.
Yeah.
Well, that takes...
I've used that excuse before.
Yeah,
so.
It takes that factor right out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, our last movement is a proper push-up. So we're going to get down on our mat for this one. And I actually want you to show me push-up on your knees. All right, and we're going to actually start on the knees because that's the basic position to help get into a push-up. So we're just going to start there on our knees, and I want you to show me how you would do push-up. Good, and up. So look at your push-up. Does it feel like you have all of your body weight over your shoulders, or do you feel like you have too much back on your knees?
Probably have a little too much on my knees.
Okay, so and that's correct. So to get in proper position, Aaron, what I want you to do is I actually want you to lay on your stomach, and you're going to cross your feet behind you, planting your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Then from here, you're going to push up, leaning at that 45-degree angle. So almost all of your weight is through that upper body like you would be on your toes, and your thighs are bearing more of the weight behind you versus your knees. So let's try it again. Start on your flat on your tummy, good. And take your legs up behind you, good. Crisscross, hand all the way down, all the way down. Hands now slightly wider than the shoulders, good. And push that chest up, good. Staying right there on top of the thighs, a beautiful form. And now from here, your elbows can go wide as you lower yourself down and you push away with resistance away from that floor. Push away. Good. Do you feel the difference through that upper body?
Definitely, it's definitely focusing more on the upper body.
Yes, absolutely. So it takes pressure off the knees, it takes pressure off the shoulders, but yes, you still get that full strength training effect through that upper body and that core. Now, if it's easy on your toes, or on your knees, you can certainly jump back onto those toes, keeping that core straight and strong, and your whole body moves as one as we lower down and we push back up, pushing that floor away from us. Beautiful, Erin, your push-ups are perfect.
And that's one of those exercises you've been doing since you were a kid. But when you learn how to do it right, you definitely feel it's a totally different workout.
Yeah, so the key thing with push-ups, especially if we're doing them on our knees, is that it's not a tabletop position where we go down and up, where we're sticking that bottom back in the air, like so. You really want to drop those hips and take it all the way down to the floor and push back up. So, yeah.
Awesome. So definitely a lot of things to learn when going through those three, classic workouts.
Yes, and those three basic movements will give you a total body strength training workout no matter what you do.
Awesome, Tracy. Thanks for showing me that.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Sports is next with Kyle Logan. Stay tuned on WBKB 11 for all that and more as the news continues.